We're live, if you didn't hear.
Hi. You gotta turn down your volume.
I'm working on it.
Hi.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize my volume was up on my phone.
That's okay. Alright, so hi. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy August.
Happy August. As you can see, it's not Christmas here anymore. That was last week.
Which is weird that we did Christmas last week and Halloween this week.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
okay.
it's more Haunted Mansion than Halloween.
Yes.
And we'll tell you why in a few minutes.
Yes, so we have a spooktacular show for you this evening.
But before we get going, before we get moving here, we just want to express our thoughts and prayers to all the people affected by the events in El Paso and Dayton,
Ohio, yes.
Dayton over the week. And sad events, tragic. I hate when we have to do that, actually, because it's just sad that those things happen. So, but our deepest sympathies and prayers and everybody to everybody dealing with that and going through that. And as a country, us all going through it together, it's sad.
And you know, it kind of puts things in perspective that we worry about, you know, silly things, and I'm guilty of it too, you know, and little things just don't seem to matter when you hear things like that, because it's not hard to be kind to somebody and let things go and move on and just be a better person. Yeah. And
so we're not getting political or anything like that. We're not going to talk, but we just wanted to express our sympathies and prayers to everybody.
Yes,
and
so
know we're thinking about them, and I'm sure many of you feel the same way, if not all of you. So.
Yes, so love and blessings to all of you.
Definitely. So let's move on, though. Let's get on to some happier.
Let's do something
here.
happy.
So,
oh, wait! Before we get started, you know what I'm gonna say.
I need breaks. I need a break. Like
that.
Kind of cool. Oh, and Delroy, yeah, somebody said let's not forget that. Yep.
So, before we get started, you know what I'm going to ask you to do? Share this video with your friends.
To everybody.
To like everybody. List. And, okay, so we're going to announce the winner of the prize last week, the Christmas in July Walt Disney World ornament. But we have a big prize for you this week.
Physically, it's big.
It is. It's a big prize, so you're going to want to stay in there till the end, because not just because it's a great show, but we bribe you with prizes at the end.
We know it's the prize. If we had food, we'd offer it through the camera.
That's true. So
smell-o-visions, but
okay, so as most of you know, if you've been following along really anywhere, the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland is celebrating 50 years on August 9th. 50 years.
Seems like just last year was 49.
Yeah, well. So I wanted to talk about different fun facts and different things about the Haunted Mansion, because it is, I know you probably can't tell, but it's my favorite attraction.
It's both our favorite attraction. I mean, I've even got my Spirit jersey, which I haven't worn because it's been too hot since I bought it.
He buys a Spirit jersey and he does not wear them.
I have 6.
And most of them have tags. Like when he pulled this out, I was like...
This one did not have tags.
I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you wear a Spirit jersey.
Because it's 127 degrees outside.
Right, and I have one of my Haunted Mansion shirts on. It's not one of the dresses, it's one of the shirts. It's just equally as comfortable.
You realize you jumped us ahead. We were supposed to talk about our recap of the last week before we got...
No, that's what I was... You cut me off. I was getting there. Oh. But before we talk about the Haunted Mansion, I thought we would recap a few things, but somebody jumped the gun. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead and recap.
You go ahead.
I can't remember what we had to recap.
No, go ahead.
Last week was Christmas in July. To you, Michelle.
Alright. So, yes, if you recall, we had our friend John here last week, aka Panda.
BigCatPanda.com.
And we talked all about Christmas and all the good stuff that's coming this season for the holidays.
It was the happiest holiday show we've ever done.
Well, except for the one last year, was pretty happy and jolly too.
Oh, I didn't know, Scarlett. You're right. I forgot to do the intro.
Scarlett, you called him out.
Wow, we're gonna let Scarlett. No, I'll do it. TMSM Weekly Live show number 61 for August 5th, 2019.
Oh my gosh,
they know
we always do the introduction.
I'm sorry about that. Wow.
Ah, shoot.
See, we got carried away with Haunted Mansion and fun stuff
all kinds of
and
things.
Thoughts and prayers and everything else. And
sorry about
lost
that.
Track.
Okay, anyway. So we talked about Christmas and all the fun things that are coming.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming.
That's my favorite time.
But before that, there was still the Villains After Hours that's just getting ready to wrap up, unless it already
Thursday.
has.
No, I believe this Thursday is the last one.
Because we went to Magic Kingdom on Thursday night. Yep. We went with our staffer Lindsay and her family over to Magic Kingdom. Her son was in town, and her son and my older son are pals, so they wanted to get together.
I want to hang out.
Want to hang.
Do what the kids do.
So we went to Magic Kingdom, and it was crowded, but we didn't realize when we were walking up that it was a Villains After Hours party that night.
We realized it as the monorail pulled into the station. I said,
know.
There's a Villains party tonight.
And you would have thought that seeing people in Villains like shirts and stuff would have tipped us off, but it really didn't until we saw the crowd in the front.
And then we saw the sign that said Villains party this way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then there's
that kind of gave it away.
And then the cast member with the microphone saying, "Anybody for Villains After Hours, go all the way to the right." So yeah, that kind of kind of tipped us off.
If you hear that noise in the back, it's Jack chewing on a rod.
I'm so sorry. We had one of the boys take our new rescue pup Ava upstairs because she's crazy and she doesn't behave. But we thought you're used to Jack's special kind of crazy, so that's what that noise is.
So that's a Jack hijack.
Okay. Anyway, so when we were leaving, the park closed at 10. And we were trying to get in some rides before it was time to shoo people out. Now, for those that forgot, though, we talked about this before, but in case you missed that show, it works the same way as Halloween does. Like
Our
Christmas party, really, at a certain time, like you have to have a wristband, or you can't get like past Main Street. Really.
Right. Well, they slowly push you out of the lane. They don't push you, but they cast members kind of form a wall, and they just start walking. And as you walk towards the opening or the exit, they start walking closer to where you can't get past them. So they kind of funnel everybody from the lands to the hub, and then from the hub down Main Street.
Yeah.
And then once you're in the stores or wherever you're going, you can't get back out unless you go out the exit at the front. So.
No, but you can still, like, if you are on your way out, you can still, like, stop in the Emporium. The confectionery is open.
It's really amazing, though, that thousands upon thousands of people can be there, and Disney is good enough to weed them out, get them out of there if they're not there for the party. The way they do it so efficiently and quick, I mean, it amazes me.
I think because they've been doing parties for so long, they probably have a system down to, like, usher people out,
It still blows me away, though, that they can do that. So, you know there's got to be somebody hiding somewhere.
What do you mean somebody hiding
somebody
somewhere?
Standing on a toilet in one of the bathrooms with the door closed. I'm going to get away with it.
Yeah, I don't think you can, because they do check. Like, we've been to these parties, and as you're walking by, those cast members are looking at your wrist.
And they used to in the Emporium. Once you got to a certain point in the
Halloween for sure.
Because,
Villains After Hours didn't start till 10 o'clock at night. Like, Halloween party 7. So, I think it's different too, because like if you're going to be there at 7 o'clock for Halloween, they want to make sure you're supposed to be there.
Right, they do. They want to get there. And I think they actually close the park at 6 on Halloween parties. If I'm not mistaken, that's what the posted time. Because I remember last year we pulled in there. The party starts at 7, the park closes at 6. So I think they're trying to get people out of there who aren't supposed to be there. And it's a lot easier to ask a guest to leave at 6 than it is to 7, because they technically can't be there till 7.
I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure it is. I will double check, but if somebody wants to double check mine.
If somebody wants to correct.
I could be wrong. I don't know what show this is.
Yes, we don't even know what show this is.
I made that up.
But anyway, the whole point I was getting to was seeing the Main Street kind of lit up. Now, mind you, on a much smaller scale, because Halloween is...
But a much higher price scale than Halloween.
Well, yeah, and no trick-or-treating.
And like we do keep it honest here, it is more expensive for the Villains party.
But it's less time, no characters.
Less time, no characters, but you get popcorn, soda, and ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how well it went over for Disney. I guess we'll find out next year if they do it again.
Guess we'll find out.
Or if they make changes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's room for improvement.
I think if they added character meet and greets, that would make it a much better party.
I do too. I think that there's always, okay, for example, the first year they did Festival of the Arts.
Right.
It felt like a trial run. Like it was just something that they put together. And then, like, when they did it the following year, it had more merchandise, more offerings.
And I remember talking to a cast member, they didn't even have time to have pins made, and that's rare because Disney has a pin made for every occasion.
Yeah, so I think that when they start something new, it could be, somewhat of a trial run, and then, see what happens. So I guess we'll find out if they do it again next year. But, again, my point was that even though it's much smaller than Halloween, it really got me kind of in the mood for Halloween.
And maybe that's what the point of the party is. Not that they have a problem selling Halloween. Maybe it's just the way to get
and Speaking of Halloween, a week from this Friday is opening night at Mickey's Very Merry. No, Barry. My friend Paula did this. Not so scary.
She calls
Christmas
me
party.
out, and that's major.
Okay, so for those who missed it last week, one of my best friends, Paula, in Michigan, gets the Halloween party and the Christmas party screwed up. The names. Or either she does it on purpose. And I told her, she texted me this week, and she said something about Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas Party. And I said, if you keep messing with the names, then I'm going to say it one of these times and mess up like on the radio or on the show. And lo and behold.
See, her and Corey did that to me in Alabama when I was doing a panel. They got me to say the wrong name of the person who I was doing the panel for because they kept saying it wrong to me. So now it's kind of payback. So people are, I just want to address something. They keep asking if this is the new Funko exclusive Funko Pop.
No.
This is actually last year's Funko Pop. This is Ezra and the Doom Buggy. So this was last year's one. We just wanted something Haunted Mansion, so we brought this down. So this
we
is
just wanted to
last year's.
spook up the counter a little bit.
The new one will be at the Magic, well, at both parks, I believe, Friday, correct?
Yeah. The merchandise is supposed to hit Friday.
Yes.
I heard possibly some things before that.
Yes.
And then Disneyland is where like a lot of the major.
And that's where they're having
I wish I was there.
So yes, I do know the Funko Pop is dropping Friday at the Magic Kingdom at Memento Mori, so I will be there to get mine because I must have it. It's Metal Leota.
Yeah, we're going to try. I think that there's a lot of people that are going to be really itching to get their hands on this merchandise.
There is.
So we'll see. And
there's going to be, I don't know, I'll put out the blog. I didn't have time to put it out before we went to the show. I had got an email. What is it? Haha, good old Booby.
Corey, I was hoping you were watching. So we're talking about screwing up names. So I'm going to throw you under the bus right now.
I already said it.
No, but I'm going to do it more.
No, don't do it.
Okay, I won't do it totally.
No.
But anyway, Corey and I sat and we're totally psyched him out.
I was talking about the first one, the one that I screwed up with the people I didn't even know. You guys brought up the bad one. Thanks.
No. Corey,
they're both losing all access to the site.
Fault.
And you went with it too.
So Corey and I were like the hecklers in the audience for Scott's panel that he did. Like you would think that your wife and your best friend are supposed to be there for moral support.
They both suck.
Now we're sitting there in the audience laughing and crying. But we meant well. Right, Corey? We meant well.
Appreciate it. We'll call you both out next year.
Okay,
Anyway, I will put out the blog either later tonight or tomorrow morning, but Funko did announce the whole line of Haunted Mansion Funko stuff that is coming. And it's a lot. There's going to be a series. There's going to be a 10-inch Ezra that will be a Target exclusive. There's going to be T-shirts at Target. There's going to be Chrome Hitchhiking Ghost 3-pack that's going to be available at Target. There's going to be key rings of the Hitchhiking Ghost. There is Madame Leota, the opera singer, Mummy. There's a few different ones that they're going to actually have the regular size pops for.
A lot.
Hot Topic's going to have an exclusive. Box Lunch will have an exclusive. Target's got the majority of the exclusives, and those are. And I talked to my people at Funko before we went on air. I had people. I talked to them before we went on the air, and they confirmed to me that those will be dropping in September. They didn't give me an exact date, but they said it will be in September. So they're supposed to send me more information as it becomes available, and I will forward it on to all you Funko collectors. But that is the news as of I know it today.
Yes, also in addition to merchandise, this week at Walt Disney World, of course they have a cupcake. It's a Haunted Mansion. It's like a Constance Hatchaway cupcake, I believe. I did a blog on it.
Is it cut in half?
No.
Is it filled with like a raspberry filling?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I know I put the information out, but I don't really remember what I said. I know
we're going to hunt, or we'll be there, of course, Friday morning for everything to go see it. So I was like, well, we got to have a fast. We got to go on the Haunted Mansion on its birthday. So I went to go get a fast pass. There was nothing available till like 2:30. Every other ride had stuff at 9 o'clock, and the Haunted Mansion was already booked until 2:30.
But yeah, you can you can get a cupcake because that is always like on Disney's like roster. I would say for any event, any special anything. There's either going to be a dance party or a cupcake or both.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes both. When they have
they need a haunted dance party.
Oh my gosh!
How about a cupcake dance party?
A haunted dance party where you get a cupcake with admission.
Just blew the world. You know what? We're just going to end the show on that note. Kelly wants to know what our least favorite part of the Haunted Mansion is. The ending.
Aww.
I don't like it ending.
The least favorite part.
I do like Disneyland's better.
Yeah,
You had it, Courtney. It's not just
Courtney, where have you been?
I know. We noticed you weren't there, Courtney.
Courtney. Least favorite part.
I really
I
don't know if I
even
have
know.
one.
Maybe the library, because it's just, I don't know. It's not spooky enough for me. And I really think he's giving me a look like I'm crazy because I love the ride so much. It's very hard
That's
to
got
say.
some of the special effects though with the bus that they follow you.
Okay, I'll tell you what I don't like. Are you ready? I just saw this.
That I can't get a picture of the hitchhiking ghost good.
Yeah, you can't get pictures in there. But
Broke
you
down
know, I'm
every
going to
other
tell
place.
you what I do not like. I do not like the new photo pass in there because every time we ride it, it's either doesn't come through or it's someone else's family.
So if you ride before or after us, message me. We may have your picture.
So, which I feel like when we get off the ride or check it later, it's like sometimes I don't even check it because I know
it's not our family.
It's not our family or it didn't come through at all. I really think that they need to polish that one up a little bit.
It's our adopted cousins.
Yeah, it's like we'll go to do the.
I'm just gonna start getting off and giving people behind me my email address. Like,
Yeah,
here you go.
like,
email me if you don't get your photo.
Like we'll send you your pictures.
I'll send you yours.
But okay, so anyhow, before I wanted to talk more about the Haunted Mansion, but I think you wanted to talk about one more announcement before we go back to that, didn't you?
I did.
You did. Did you not write it down, or is that at the end of this? Because we're out of order, so.
I know, but what are you talking about?
You never saw
I thought we were talking about that at the end.
Okay, never mind. So, all right, so let's.
I figured we'd focus on Haunted Mansion, then we'll do Mickey's Not So Scary Christmas Party.
Not So Scary Christmas Party.
Paula's on too.
Is she?
Yeah, Paula's on. No.
You don't even know. Okay, Paula and anybody else who heard my screw up earlier.
She didn't hear it. She just joined after you.
Dang it! All right, Paula, you got to rewind. So, like Wednesday mornings, I'm on 96.5 WDBO Joe Kelly Morning Show, and this week I'm planning on talking about the Haunted Mansion. Now, I don't know if I want to bring up. I know next week I'm going to have to talk about the Halloween party, and I know I'm so afraid I'm going to call it.
You better not tell Joe the wrong thing you call because he will
Not
call
So
you
Scary
out.
Christmas Party.
I will say that she called me out here, but Joe's called her out on the air before, so at least I get a little bit of a reprieve here.
No, it's funny. Between him and I, like he calls it Not So Spooky.
Joe, not me.
Joe does on the radio, and I'm like, no, it's Not So Scary Halloween party, but then Paula has it Not So Scary Christmas Party, and I'm going to tell you something. What's really, really weird now is how like your phone is listening to you. Like when if I'm vlogging or something from my phone, words will pop up. I get Not So Scary instead of Halloween. Christmas comes up as my next suggested word. So even my phone says it wrong now, Paula.
I like the Not So Scary Halloween or Thanksgiving party.
The Not So Scary Christmas party.
And the Halloween party.
So yeah, if I talk about that on the radio, Paula, and I mess it up, guess who's getting a text right after?
We need a name for the things. They need a Thanksgiving Day party.
Thanksgiving party?
Yeah, where you chase a turkey around the park.
Or like
Like Constance Hatchaway.
They could have a party or a parade, like a Thanksgiving Day parade with like the balloons.
They do it at Universal.
Well, this is what I'm talking about, Universal.
We will later.
We will later. Okay. Anyway,
let's go back to Haunted Mansion and 50 wonderful years of best attraction ever.
Okay, so I thought it would be fun. Why not?
To call it by the wrong name. The Unhaunted Mansion.
No, I got that part. So I thought because maybe we could talk about some fun facts of the Haunted Mansion.
Scary mobile home.
Like a
Instead of a Haunted Mansion, it's a scary mobile home.
All right, so we could talk about maybe I wrote down some fun facts.
How many did you write down?
13 of them.
That's the same wait time if there is no wait.
I know. So, but I also some of it I'm going to throw over to you because I don't know if you guys have been reading his Saturday night articles, but they are good and they are fascinating and they're full of facts on different things.
And I know a lot of that stuff off the top of my head.
Which is scary.
Sadly.
So, last Saturday he did one about Liberty Square. And then before
People
that,
were blown away by that one.
boom. And then the stretching room. You did one about the stretching room, so I was going to put that part over to you.
Should I talk about that now?
Sure. Well, if you want to, you go first. Go
Hello, and welcome to Talking About the Stretching Room with Scott.
Yeah.
So as you know, the stretching room is the part where the ghost host, just got my shirt, he comes out and he kind of introduces what's going to happen. And introduces you to the mortals that are on the wall as they appeared in their corruptible mortal state. But a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people, is this room stretching, is it not stretching? Well, actually it's different in Disneyland or Walt Disney World, and I don't know how many of you actually know that, but in Disneyland, the stretching room is actually an elevator and it takes you down a level. Because of where the ride building is for the Haunted Mansion, you have to go underground, go underneath the railroad track through a tunnel, which is just the main room there that you're walking through to get in line for the ride. So you actually get in the stretching room, they do the whole spiel. While they're doing the spiel, you're actually lowering one level. When you get off the elevator, you're in a tunnel underground. You walk down that tunnel, you get on the ride, and then the ride is actually outside of the park's perimeter, which is why you have to do it that way. In the Magic Kingdom, people love the effects so much in Disneyland that they did not want to take the room out there, so they just made the room stretch. So the ceiling goes up, but actually there's no elevator, nothing like that. I believe it's Disneyland Paris, though, also has the elevator that takes you down.
Does it?
Because it needs the same thing out there. Which is it, Tokyo? Is that the other one? I'm trying to think.
They're in every park.
5 of the parks have it, and I think Tokyo is the one that it is like the Magic Kingdom's one. I could be wrong. I could have it flipped, but that's how it is. So.
Yeah. So it's funny because like the ghost host has this haunted room actually stretching.
It depends where you're at.
It depends. I mean, you can't say it depends.
Well, the room stretches regardless.
Yes.
The portraits expand, and you see the full length of you see the portrait that looks normal, and then you see the creepy portrait, and then you get to see a corpse hanging from a noose above you, which is kind of odd for a Disney park to do that. But I still love that ride. And I don't know if it was one of your notes, but did you talk about that originally? I don't know how much you talked about before it was built. Because the Haunted Mansion building in Disneyland was actually built many years before it actually opened.
It's on my list.
Okay. I'll get through your list, and then if you haven't touched it, I'll talk about it then.
And thank you, Paula. Paula says that purple is my color.
It is. I keep trying to get you to color your hair purple. You won't do it. She should go purple. Let's take a vote for the holidays.
For the holidays?
For Halloween.
For Halloween. Okay.
Curtis Halloween.
Okay. Anyway. All right. So. Get out my sheet.
What'd you write on the back though?
One of the media events I went to at Coronado, I took it out of the phone.
I think that was a piece of paper she was looking for a couple weeks ago.
Hey, I reuse my stuff. So anyway, so some fun facts of the Haunted Mansion being that Disneyland turns 50. So.
Doesn't look a day over 5.
No, I love the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland for lots of reasons, but let's talk.
The biggest reason.
It's on my list.
Okay.
You guys, he keeps. Just let me finish. Okay, Haunted Mansion originally opened August 9th, 1969. That's 50 years. The original idea for the ride was in 1957, 10 years or 12 years before, and it was supposed to be a walkthrough. And they also had a section called the Museum of the Weird. I did not know that. Mm-hmm. Now I don't like that title, like the Haunted Mansion plus the Museum of the Weird. Do you like?
Well,
that?
I think you got to put back in the time when it's happening. People like the Weird Oddities, Ripley's, Believe It or Not, things like that. So I think that's where they were kind of going with that one.
Maybe so, but I'm glad they scrapped it.
Yes.
But anyway, so okay, so construction began in 1962, finished in 1963, but it sat empty till 1966 when Walt passed away. So they had this empty building and they needed to figure out what they were going to do with it. Mm-hmm. And something about, I read, they were dealing with the stuff that was going on with the World Fair first.
Right, the 1964 New York World's Fair, Disney had some of the greatest attractions debuted there. It's a Small World was there. Carousel of Progress was there. Mm-hmm. So the Imagineers had all kind of stopped on production on what they were working on to focus on that. Also, keep in mind, Pirates of the Caribbean was being built.
Yes.
Also, because that was the last attraction Walt actually worked on before he passed in '66. So I think a lot of the Imagineers were pulled off their projects at Disneyland to focus on the World's Fair.
Just like they do now with attractions. Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Yeah, because they pulled them off Finch Galaxy's Edge. So.
Okay. Alright, so sat empty till '66, but Okay, so it's in like we're in Liberty Square and it's
There
New
it's-
Orleans.
Yes,
there.
it's New Orleans Square.
Yeah, New Orleans Square. So it's different, but the inspiration of the home inspiration of the actual Haunted Mansion was a home in Baltimore that was built in 1803.
Creepy.
It's creepy, right?
And actually, the house is different in every park. It's not the same house in every park. It's
Right.
different. The one in Magic Kingdom is based off of a home in the 1800s, or the 1700s. I just wrote about it, from New York,
Okay.
off the Hudson River.
So Disneyland is in Baltimore. Well, the house. Okay, so it took $7 million to build Disneyland's Haunted Mansion, which would equate to $45 million of today's, standards.
With inflation and all that, the dollar value.
Yeah, so 7 million 50 years ago, be 45 million today. That's a lot of money.
It really is.
That's a whole
For
lot
an
of money.
attraction.
Yes.
What did Galaxy's Edge cost?
Oh God, I don't know.
Close to $1 billion.
Was that much?
I believe so.
Dang, I didn't know that. Okay, so now the score of the attraction boasts 999 happy haunts, but there's room for 1,000.
Any volunteers?
Any volunteers? Okay, but did you know, which I didn't, did you know that they never actually counted the ghosts in the Haunted Mansion? That's just a guesstimate number.
Yeah, it is. I've read
Didn't
that.
know that. And I love this attraction because I always wondered, you wonder silly things. If you go on an attraction, like, so many times you know it by heart.
I do believe they count the animatronics in the attraction, which is way over 100, I believe.
You know what I had wondered though? Like in the cemetery scene, when you see just the ghosts like flying up in the air, like shadows of ghosts, do those count as like 1, 2,
Well, then
3?
they would also have to count the organ.
We'll talk about that in a second. I should have just had you do it.
Go ahead. I won't say another word here, though.
All right. So, okay, 999 haunts. There is a haunted mansion of sorts in each of the parks, but they're all in different lands. We talked about the stretching room already. The organ used in the ballroom scene at Disneyland was the organ that was used in the movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. They just jazz it up a little bit, but that's what that's from.
They jazzed it up and made it look worse.
It made it look worse. Okay, so, and like one of my favorite things about the Haunted Mansion, you already ruined it, but yeah.
Daddy.
The Hatbox Ghost. Now, I know that we've talked about the Hatbox Ghost. You know that I've written about the Hatbox Ghost because I find his story fascinating.
You and Jason talked about that.
We did. Oh my gosh! How could I forget? We had Jason Sorrell on our show, who actually was an Imagineer on the Haunted Mansion. Wrote a book about the Haunted Mansion. He was sitting right here. Made Madame Leota's tomb. If you guys didn't catch that episode, maybe I'll have to
Go back and share it.
I'll put it in the comments. I'll find it. But you talk about fascinating. If you are interested in Imagineering, Haunted Mansion, whatever, Jason's episode was really good. I mean, he's talked about so many things I had no idea. I mean, I could have talked to him for hours. So that was really cool.
He had to go home. He was tired.
Yeah.
Came here right after work.
So the Hatbox Ghost. Now, the Hatbox Ghost was seen when the Haunted Mansion first opened in Disneyland. And the reason, I mean, you hear all kinds of like myths and urban legends as to what happened to him or why. Some people said he was too scary. And then what I read is the effect wasn't working.
But Jason told us why.
He did?
Yeah, he told us that was it. The effect just didn't work.
It just didn't work right. Now, if you look at, the face was supposed to disappear off of him and poof into the Hatbox.
Right, and then it was a lighting effect to make it happen, the way they lit it, and they just could not get it to work correctly. So Jason said now with technology, of course, they were able to do it pretty easily.
Right, so the original Hatbox Ghost, allegedly, nobody knows where he is, which makes it even creepier.
He's in our backyard.
And we have him. I wish we had him.
Dennis is on. Dennis, if you do find that, I would
Dennis,
love that.
do you know where the Hatbox Ghost is? And if so, can I see him in a couple weeks at D23? Please.
Which takes care of the question somebody asked if we'll be at D23. Yes, we will. And yes, we will be seeing Dennis, who's on at D23.
We at D23 as well. So, okay, so the Hatbox Ghost is MIA. And They put a new Hatbox Ghost in a Haunted Mansion at Disneyland in 2015. And he is probably one of my favorite parts about going in through that ride. We had originally thought that the Haunted Mansion was going to be closed for the overlay for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right, because they do the overlay for the Halloween season out there and then through Christmas. And we were fearful it would be closed while we were out there.
We thought for sure it was going to be closed while we were out there. And
it closes the Monday after we leave.
Yeah.
The 26th. So the day after D23 ends, that's when it's going to close for refurb.
So, what else? Okay, Hatbox Ghost. Oh! What I wish would happen, and we've talked about this before, is I really, really, really would love to see the Hatbox Ghost in our mansion here. And, you know, there's been talk that it's possible for the 50th anniversary.
A certain ex-Imagineer who sat in my chair told us that's a possibility.
It's possible. But then, you know, you have, like we talked about this before, you have people that feel because the Hatbox Ghost is a legend in Disneyland that we don't need one here. But there is a spot that he would fit in perfect right outside the attic where the bride is. Like right where they have him in Disneyland. We totally have a spot for him.
So if you know the area that she's talking about, so it's right as you pass Constance, in the attic area, you go out, the Hatbox Ghost sits just as you go, because you're going out a window, is the thought right there in the cart. He would be sitting right there.
Like on the roof of the, whatever you're supposed to be.
Right, you're on the roof of the house. So as you turn to go backwards down the into the graveyard, he's sitting right there, and the effect is happening where his face is going into the Hatbox.
And he's so cool. I mean, I'm like so like obsessive about it because we don't have him here at Walt Disney World. So like, you know, and your Doom buggies kind of move. So like you see him, and like I want to see more of him. So as it's moving, I'm leaning with my camera trying to get even more. I do have video of him though on our YouTube channel, but yeah, Hatbox Ghost is like my favorite. So
I know somebody just asked the question, is it true that Walt didn't work on the attraction with the Imagineers? He was working on a lot of things at the time. I can say that, forgive me because right now on the spot I can't think of the names, but there was actually two Imagineers who headlined the Haunted Mansion building it, and one wanted to build it scary and one wanted to build it funny. So there is a big difference as you go through the mansion where it's more gags and stuff at the beginning, which is supposed to be the funnier side, and then as you get to the graveyard scene it becomes more scary because you're going through the graveyard and such. So that the Haunted Mansion was built into two sides. I don't know how much Walt was actually involved. I'm sure the decisions were run by him, but I do know it was two Imagineers, and I, for the life of me right now, cannot remember who it was. I want to say, no, I don't even want to guess right now because if I'm wrong I'll feel bad. But that I do know that.
Maybe that's something you could write about when you're.
It is. I could do it the next one where they talk about the things. But the most famous song, "Grim Grinning Ghosts," there, written by Xavier Atencio, or X, as he was known by Disney Imagineering.
Yes.
His voice can be heard on the ride.
Who?
X.
Oh yeah, but I thought you said you were talking about the song.
Yeah, he wrote the song. Who
was the lead singer?
Oh, you're talking about the bus. Yes.
On for Grim Grinning Ghosts, Thurl Ravenscroft, who also was
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger.
Along with many other characters. He played a lot of characters.
Actually, you know what's funny is that when we started the Main Street Mouse, a lot of because I didn't really do a lot of news. It was my personal blogs and my personal thoughts and ramblings, and when I didn't have anything necessarily to ramble about, I would start researching things almost like homework. Mm-hmm. You know, like the Hatbox Ghost was my first thing that I researched. Shocker. But then I remember we did a blog about Thurl Ravenscroft. It was actually on his birthday or something. Right.
I think I wrote a lot of them back then about them on their birthday, and what he was part of the Mellow Men, I think was the name of the group he sang. But he's the singing bus that's often thought to be Walt.
Yeah, you know what? And it's funny, when I was younger, when I was a kid, I thought that Thurl Ravenscroft, singing bust was Walt Disney.
Yeah, a lot of people.
But now, it doesn't look anything like Walt Disney, and I don't know why, myself and so many people would have thought that.
No, and every member of the singing bus has a name and a character created with the house, and some of them actually, their tombstones lie in the graveyard out front.
Yeah.
As you're going through the queue line, so there's so much hidden detail, and if I could write about it all day, but if you go to Momentum Warrior, or actually go online, Jason has the book, The History of the Haunted Mansion, and he talks about each Haunted Mansion and what they all have. He goes through the names of the characters, It's really a fascinating book to read, actually. If you're a Haunted Mansion fan, you will find so much detail about the house. It's unbelievable. I would definitely suggest either, if you can't get to the parks and buy it, because they do sell it at Memento Mori, but you can get it online. Amazon does have it in other places.
Yeah, if you're looking for all the scoop on all the history, I mean, the stuff that we talked about tonight is just scratching the surface of all the things that that you could learn about Haunted Mansion. And then we, like I had said, that we are going to D23 actually 2 weeks from tonight. I should have asked you this before we went live. Put you on the spot, but I'm gonna. So instead of canceling TMSM Weekly Live like we usually do when we travel, I thought maybe at 7 o'clock Eastern time we'll go live.
So 4 o'clock.
It'd be 4 o'clock our time. We can go live and talk to you guys from Disneyland. Would you guys like that?
Yeah, we could always walk across. Our hotel's right across the street, so we could always walk to the hotel.
No.
You want to work from the park, so we got to take our stuff with us.
No, I mean we're just gonna go live from the park.
Okay.
Wherever we're at, and we can chat.
Unless we're in the middle of a ride.
Yeah, unless we're on a ride. But I thought maybe even if they just know what time that we know for sure we're going to do a live feed, wherever we're at, we'll just put it on.
And we can send out the text alert. So if you haven't signed up for the text alerts, please do so.
So that you guys can see what we're seeing, because we're taking the first few days as kind of like, we didn't really take a family vacation this year. It's been a lot of work. So the boys are going with us to California this time. So the first few days in California, we are going to the parks. And then when the convention starts, does the convention start Thursday or Friday? So then we'll be working to get all the coverage. Now D23, if you watched our coverage last time, it's every other year. And there's so much information that comes out of D23. Parks announcements, movie announcements, TV. I mean, it's overwhelming. I'm already... I always get nervous when we cover events if you didn't figure that out. Huge. But this one is so much ground to cover, and I want to make sure that I get you guys as much as we can. And especially the parks panel, because the parks panel is going to be like, when we were there 2 years ago, that's when they announced the Guardians ride, and
everything's being built now.
Everything changes. And stuff that's happening now, we were told about 2 years ago.
Right, and the parks panel is going to be Sunday morning. I want to say it's 10 to noon, or maybe it's 10:30 to 12:30. I'm not sure, but it's a 2-hour panel room on Sunday morning that we have there. I've been trying to schedule out and figure out our agenda for the weekend, what will be there, because there's a lot we're going to be covering over there.
It's going to be a lot. I mean, I'm already tired thinking about it.
And the Haunted Mansion is part of the archive exhibit that's going to be there.
Is it part of the archives?
Yes, but from everything I've read that it's going to be part of the archive.
Well, then I have to see that.
And there's going to be a 50th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion panel, if I'm not mistaken, I saw, which will be part of it. There's also a Marvel 80th anniversary panel, which I will be at on Saturday for sure.
And the Disney Legends, which I'm hoping we can get into.
Yes.
I mean, it's just,
and
there's
that's
a
Friday
lot.
morning. The Disney Legends at 10:30 Friday morning. And some of the legends this year, I definitely want to be there, but Winnie from Hocus Pocus, Bette Midler's being inducted, Iron Man, so Robert Downey Jr., John Favreau, they're being inducted. I mean, it's just the year.
It would be really cool to be in on that panel.
It would be. So one of us will be in there somehow, some way. What I was saying though about when she talked about Ravenscroft, I was talking about Xavier Atencio, who wrote the song "Grim Grinning Ghost" that Ravenscroft sings. You can actually hear his voice in the Haunted Mansion when you pass the tomb where the guy's, "Get me out of here, get me out."
The guy in the casket.
The guy in the casket, that's actually X's voice that did that part. He passed away right after D23 in 2017.
Yes. So did Marty Sklar.
And Marty Sklar.
We saw Marty Sklar out there too.
We did. I saw X too in one area. And those guys were legends, and I mean, they both worked so closely with Walt, and they were handpicked by Walt to do what they did. And just, I don't know, it was sad when they both passed away, like, just weeks later, wasn't it?
It was. I mean,
really
you know what's funny is that, like, the last D23 was so over the top.
We had no idea, because we had never been.
And the celebrities that were there, I mean, I looked at the list this year, like, for the parades and stuff, and I'm like, because last time, you can't beat it. I mean, for me, I got to see Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi.
I saw Stan.
And you got to see Stan Lee. I mean, how do you top that? You don't. I mean, so it's like you got to see, your favorite. I got to see my favorites, plus others. And they had the Tangled panel at the time.
Yes.
So it's like, I think this time I want to approach it from more of a I want the scoop this time. I want to be in, not that I, like me go into work mode, I know it's a shock, but I want to get as much information as I can for you guys. Like I want to be like on like a mission.
And last time we didn't know you had to apply for the panels ahead of time. It was like I said, it was our first time. We really didn't know what we were getting into. So we only went to 2 panels, Parks panel and then the
yeah, we just like did the floor, but they had like these big stages. Like one of the things that one of the first like stage presentations that I watched was for Descendants 2.
Right.
They had the actors from Descendants 2 up on the stage, and then they used it for oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Guy who plays Winnie the Pooh.
Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings. He was on a stage. So they have like their main stage where they have different people in and out all day. You just have to make sure you follow the schedule. It's such a busy schedule, but I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out.
No, they're going to do actually, one of the cool things they're doing on that stage this year is Marvel is going to be out there teaching how to draw.
Ah.
So Brian Crosby, who is an Imagineer for Marvel that I met on the Disney cruise we were on in January, he's going to actually be hosting that panel. And he actually drew the Haunted Mansion commemorative comic that's coming out this month. That's his cover that's on it with the Hatbox Ghost. So, but he's going to be out there teaching people how to draw Marvel, I think, both Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot. But we're going to do our best to get you guys as much information as possible.
We will. We got lots of people we're going to see while we're out there that we know that this is where we all kind of meet up right here.
Yeah, you know what? I'm really looking forward to it. I just can't believe that the summer has gone by so fast. I remember thinking that we had, well, we got this and this and this going on, and you know, D23 is like way far off in the distance, and it's really not. It's 2 weeks away.
No, 2 weeks away. So we actually fly in there the 18th on Sunday. Not early this time. We leave at a decent time, not 3 in the morning like we did last time. And then we're hitting the parks from Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we'll be at the convention, and then we fly back home on Monday, but we get home late Monday, so it's actually Tuesday, and then somebody has to be at Galaxy's Edge early Tuesday morning for the media preview Walt Disney World. So, and then that week is crazy anyway because we have Galaxy's Edge, Flower and Garden, or Food and Wine rather, starts that week. It's going to be crazy when we get back. It's not like going to be any downtime, no recovery time from.
Yeah, so I really, I'm gonna guilt trip you guys right now with all this work I'm gonna be doing. Follow our Facebook page, follow our Instagram, follow our Twitter, follow our YouTube, because
Please share
because this is so much work has to go into this, and it's so disheartening when you put out information and like Facebook doesn't allow it to be seen. So I really hope that you follow along and you enjoy it and you share it, and you know, invite your friends to like our main page if you know Disney loving people, or people that you think might be interested in that coverage out there, because like I said, it's not just parks, it's movies, it's TV, it's everything.
All the movies and everything that Disney has their name somewhere, even if you don't realize that they own certain things. And then Disney Plus is going to be the big unveiling.
Like Disney owns everything these days.
But the streaming service is coming in November. This is where we're supposed to get the most information about Disney Plus, and there's actually a panel for that while we're there. And that's where I'm guessing Tom Hiddleston will be, because Loki show is supposed to be one of the big ones for that. And The Simpsons, this is the first time they're going in D23, because now they are Disney property. So you're going to be able to see Springfield.
I'm still on Loki right now.
I figured you were.
Well, see, here's the thing. You can't, I need to know. Like, I want to know. We got to find a spoiler somewhere, because if Tom Hiddleston's going to be there, I will skip everything else for that, because that's important. Because when would I ever get to
you realize you're going
again?
with me, right?
Yeah, you understand. It's all right.
If I had any kind of crush on any boy, she'd kill me.
True. But, you know, it's double standards, whatever. So, but yeah, so... What? Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to make me look bad. He's the one who's like, I know if Tom Hiddleston's at that panel that we need to get you to it. You said that.
I got an interview with him scheduled for Saturday.
Oh, I wish. I
emailed his hammer.
Yeah.
We're going to meet him at the Marvel booth where he's signing autographs. We got to end the show now.
So warm in here. No, okay, so, but no, there was something else. You see, I'm all...
Scott who, yeah, that's it, Paul. Scott who. Couldn't have said it any better, thanks.
Oh, he's just kidding. He knows. He's the one who bought me my signed Loki poster. Yes, you bought me a Loki dress. and you bought me a Loki.
And she has a Loki backpack.
And I have a Loki backpack. Maybe. Oh, I just had an idea. Maybe if we can figure out if he's going to be there, I'm wearing my Loki dress and my Loki backpack.
And I'll wear my Loki jersey.
Yeah.
And I'll make you a pair of Loki shoes.
Okay. But no, there was something else that you said when you talked about Loki. There was, who else did you throw in there with there? What you were talking about?
I had said The Simpsons. This is the first time The Simpsons will be debuting.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm going to pay attention to the comments for a minute.
Can I finish what I was saying?
No. What do you guys think? Because it's The Simpsons are going to be at D23 now that Disney technically owns them. What do you guys think about that?
And The Simpsons are actually going to be joining Disney Plus, and that's the big thing for Simpsons fans because they're going to have all 23 seasons available on Disney Plus when it launches. So you'll be able to go back and watch episode 1 all the way through.
If you want to do that.
Which Simpsons is a big thing, and a lot of fans love it. And I think it's going to be a good thing for Disney to use that as a selling feature to Disney Plus. You're going to get a lot of people who are going to pay the $8, $9, whatever it is, for the streaming service because of that.
Right.
Because they can watch Simpsons.
But wait a minute. Okay, so Janine's said get Loki-fied. I love that word. That's a great new word. Thank you. Okay, anyway.
Don't encourage her.
Okay, so Simpsons. Can we talk about Simpsons for a minute? When we put out the information that the Simpsons were part of that deal, a lot of people had thoughts about that.
Well.
And a lot of people were not happy about that. They just didn't feel that the Simpsons and Disney brand.
Well, they don't, but they're not being put under the Disney name. You're not going to see Springfield appear in a park.
Well, no, you're not.
You're not going to see that. They own the television rights to them. I believe they own the movie rights because there's rumor already that Disney's working on the second Simpsons movie to follow up to the one from years ago. I still stick by my gun that I think something inside of me, Disney did a lot of this deal to barter with Universal to get the rights to the Marvel characters. I really think they do because if you go to Universal Orlando, Florida, there's a huge Springfield area. The big ride, they have the prizes, they have all kinds of stuff for Springfield, and they even have the Simpsons out there. The donut place, all this stuff is Simpsons related. And for years, people wanted Halloween Horror Nights to do the horror. I can't think of what it's called now. The Simpsons horror show that they do on Fox TV.
Oh gosh.
They do. I can't think of it. Somebody probably had the name. I can't think of it at all.
Simpsons horror show.
But that's one of the things. I really think Disney bought a lot of these properties to negotiate with Universal to get the Marvel characters finally, so they can put them in their parks worldwide. So
possibly, it'd be interesting to see. Now, I mean, I don't know if I'm interested in the Simpsons panel or not. It depends what else is going on. So I don't know.
I don't know about the panel, but I know they said there's going to be an area of the convention floor that you're actually going to walk into Springfield and it's going to kind of look like it does at Universal, from what I'm guessing. That you're going to walk in there, everything's going to be oversized and everything.
But I really like his philosophy or his theory that maybe like all of this is going to somehow get us Marvel back, because I really feel like Universal, like their Marvel area is so just.
Tell you what, I'll say right now.
Oh, here we go.
If Disney and Universal want me to moderate, I will come between the two of them and I will work out the deal.
And work it out?
I will work it out. So,
okay.
Mr. Iger, if you want to call me, email me, scott@thenationmouse.com. I'd be happy to facilitate that for you. I will negotiate it, and I will have all the Marvel characters under your umbrella by the end of that meeting.
It just seems so unjust. When you go out to California Adventure, and you go and they have the Marvel area, they have Guardians. They're building Stark Industries.
Stark Industries is building the new ride, so it's really cool that you don't see the Disney Imagineering banners on the walls. Stark Industries.
It says Stark
Industries.
There.
And it's rumored that it's going to be a Spider-Man ride, from what I've heard.
Shoot.
But the cool part, one of the cool parts I loved about that area, though, is you walk in there, and for the meet and greets there, like, it looks like Brooklyn, and that's where Spider-Man does his meet and greet. And then right across the way is a huge shield where Captain America's doing his shield. Then there's it almost looks like an airplane hangar where there's a plane sticking out of it, and that's where Captain Marvel does her meet and greet. And then Black Widow and Hawkeye come out on a shield truck and do their meet and greet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they do it up a notch above anything Universal could even.
And like we talked about on a previous episode of this silly show, I think it's so fun how they have like a mini dance party with Groot, like, and you can take pictures with Groot, big Groot, outside of Guardians Mission Breakout. They do Marvel so well, and they do Marvel so much better than what they got going at Universal. I mean, it's just true.
They do, and I know what Universal, just because of the licensing and all that stuff, it's really hard for them to upgrade what they're doing. They kind of keep it the way they are without getting into trouble. But I honestly think a lot of the Fox merger was for Disney to have some bargaining power to get that stuff back from Universal. Because they use Alien vs. Predator has always been a huge Halloween Horror Nights thing. Yes. They don't own those properties anymore. I mean, they lost so much of their properties, and Universal's making great. Halloween Horror Nights, I think, is going to be great this year with the iconic
the
Universal Monsters. I think it's going to be a great house to go through. Ghostbusters house will be good. I just saw in California they're going to be doing Creepshow, Maze of Creepshow.
Oh God, no!
So they're really doing they're reaching out characters that they don't normally have. But I really think that they're going to want to go back to some of these classic attractions. Characters, and I think that Disney's going to be able to barter, because until Disney owned Fox, what bargaining power did they have besides money? And Universal kind of laughed at them with the money. Because I heard
all kinds of thoughts.
Well, really, the last thing I heard was $10 billion was offered to Universal for the rights, and they said no. And I mean, you can turn down $10 billion. How much are they making that they can afford to turn that much down?
So you got to have something more than money as leverage.
Yeah. So these characters count for more. I mean, when Iger stepped in to Disney and replaced the chaos of Eisner and all that stuff that happened, one of the first things he did was he got Oswald back. Yes. And how did he get Oswald back? He traded him for Al Michaels, an NFL commentator, traded him for the rights to Oswald to bring that back.
They need more Oswald in the parks.
And that was his very first major thing he did as CEO.
To get Oswald back.
To get Oswald back, because it needed to be back in the Disney archives. And he did that, and I think before he goes out, I think he's going to do something major to get Marvel back. And I know Stan Lee, before he died, Stan had said he wanted all the characters under one umbrella. He did not like them being split up. And unfortunately, he didn't get to create that before he died. But I hope that somebody will step up and do that for him.
I think that should happen.
So
I wish we could make that happen.
And I love Stan Lee more than anything. Except Michelle. Stan Lee's the greatest.
Oh, see? You're making
she's all for Loki, but I can't say anything about Stan Lee. Stan Lee is the biggest man.
More than anything.
He created a world that nobody can understand.
Anything. It's going to be recorded now. I didn't say I love Loki more than anything.
She said she getting all hot and sweaty over here.
I was not hot and sweaty. Actually, it's cold in here because you always have the air blast.
Keep snakes out of us.
Is that really why you keep it so cold in here?
I sweat. I'm dying in this long sleeve shirt right now.
So yeah, but speaking of Universal, so Halloween Horror Nights will be coming up shortly, and I really think I'm going to try to go this year.
She is going this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've already got her ticket.
You don't have my ticket.
Yes, you do. You get one with your pass every year.
But I didn't use it last year.
You're going this year. If I have to drag you kicking and screaming through there, you're going. And actually, they'll scare you more if you do that.
What, if I cry?
Yes.
God.
And Mark works there now. He's going to be there at Halloween Horror Nights this year.
Yes, he is.
I'm going to tell him to find you.
No. Okay, anyway. So...
Since you brought up Universal...
we got to close out the show with...
Okay. Universal made a huge announcement last week, and they made a great announcement, but they didn't give you a lot of detail about it.
Which people gave me crap for on the
we control that one
because
too.
They're like, it didn't say anything. Well, that's all we had.
We put out exactly what they sent us to put out. But they did announce that they're building a fourth park now. So to add to the two parks they have and Volcano Bay, they're building their fourth park, and it's not going to be located right with the other ones. It's going to be a couple miles away.
Across the freeway.
It is across the freeway. But the size of this new area is going to double what they currently have.
Yes.
Which is kind of insane to think about that. So they're building hotels, restaurants, and parks. The park's going to be massive, 750 acres. Now, if you want to compare that, Animal Kingdom was built on 580 acres. So, and everybody talks about how Animal Kingdom is this massive park, that nothing is bigger than that. Well, this is going to be 180 acres larger than that. So it's almost going to be like the size of Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios combined.
That's big.
Except
the art, the what do you call that? The artist rendering did not look that big.
No, and it didn't show a lot of the details. There's a lot of hotels. There's a lot of stuff. The one good thing Universal with this is bringing 14,000 jobs,
which is good,
to the area. So it's always good when they add jobs for that. And I think they said 14,000 jobs starting pay at $15 an hour. Which in Orlando you need
decent.
to,
you
have to make that.
The cost of living here is terrible.
It is. It's a lot higher. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. I've heard rumors of some of the different things, Nintendo Land possibly going in there. the another Harry Potter area type to go with their other movie that they've done, the spin-offs, the ones with Johnny Depp. I can't think of what those are called offhand.
I don't remember.
Fantastic Beasts, that franchise and everything. So there might be something with that over there, because a lot of people had speculated it was going to be called Fantastic Worlds, but it's going to be called Epic Universal.
Epic, no. What is Epic something? Epic Universe.
Yeah, Epic Universe. Universal.
Oh my
Epic
gosh,
Universe.
it's so funny because, you know, like I was saying that, you know, they put out press releases, and we get a press release emailed from, you know, many places. Like sometimes I get it from Walt Disney Motion Pictures, sometimes I get it from Walt Disney World, sometimes Disneyland, sometimes whatever. And the same thing with Universal. We just get what they want us to put out. And this one, it was like Epic Universe. People were like, what, did a 12-year-old name that because it's epic? I'm like, okay, that's just what they're calling it. Or where is the extra detail? So when's it going to open? And what's the ride going to be? We don't know.
If we knew more, you guys would know it. I mean, they never send us something and say, don't share this. They,
and then somebody had messaged me that watched, I guess they had a press conference, which we didn't see, we were doing something else. And
they had the president of Universal, they had the governor.
And then somebody actually messaged me to tell me that the press conference was a waste of time because they didn't tell you anything.
And I just think it's too early. I think they want to announce that they're going to start, because everybody knows that once they start building, people are going to hound, oh, what is this? Because it happened with Walt when he started building here. People, who's buying up all this land? Who's buying up all this land in Orlando?
But I think with something that's already there, maybe they could have given a little bit more information. I mean, I too, for the people that wrote me and complained, I get you. I mean,
no, but the land has already been cleared out. It's already been flattened and everything. It's already been cleared, registered. One of my friends on Instagram posted a picture. He went out there and took a picture of it the day before the announcement because everybody really kind of knew.
We knew it was coming. Everybody, there's always chatter. People like
John was speculating on Fox like a couple days before.
Yes,
so we knew it was coming. We just didn't know the details or anything like that. But they did release it all last Thursday. I'm excited to see what they can do. The best part I like about it, though, is they're going to keep Disney running. They're going to keep Disney having to compete with that.
Yeah, because I had people, I read comments.
Yes. Like,
oh, you're moved, Disney. What are you going to do next?
Exactly. Disney has to step up their game. So if Universal comes out with something, the Harry Potter rides are phenomenal.
They are.
And if they do another park, it's always going back and forth. So they built Flight of Passage. Well, then they built Hagrid's Motorbike. And now Galaxy's Edge is going to open.
It's almost like your move.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like a chessboard and who's going to make the next move. Yeah. So we shall see what they do. But the best part is, though, it will keep Disney on their toes to keep coming up with new stuff. And maybe finally, praying, we get our 5th park eventually.
Yes.
Which is what we need. Because we need a park to alleviate the crowds in the 4 we have.
It is so crowded. I mean, you know what? It's just so crowded. And, you know, people say that, you know, with the price increases for everything, you know, it would detour people, and it's just not the case. It just really isn't the case.
They keep getting busier and busier. And we talked about this, that I'm not a huge fan of the Galaxy's Edge stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars. And to me...
It
used to be, but Disney kind of killed it for me, honestly. And I wish they would have taken the amount of money they spent on Galaxy's Edge and created a 5th park focusing on Galaxy's Edge and Star Wars, but then they could have also done the Marvel stuff there. They could have done more into that park or made it more of a thrill park.
Maybe.
And Disney could have done that with a 5th park. They have the property, they have the money.
Yeah.
They could have done it, but I think with Universal doing something like this, I think eventually it's going to make Disney say, okay, we have to step it up now. Now let's do something big. Let's do a big thrill park. Because now we've got the largest expansion in Disney history. Now let's do the biggest park in Disney history.
Yeah, so now think about it. Now that Galaxy's Edge is opening, and you know, they're building Guardians in Epcot and Tron and Magic Kingdom and all these different things that are coming. So once the 50th is here and all these new rides are open, then what? You know, like, because you know something else will be coming. So actually, I'm hoping at D23 we find out what...
It is. I think we're going to find out what's going to happen at Epcot mostly. I think that's going to be a lot of this D23.
You think it's going to be
a lot of Epcot. But if you really think about everything that's coming, besides, I mean, Galaxy's Edge, well, they have it in Disneyland. Ratatouille, they have it in France.
Yes.
Guardians is really the only new thing. Runaway Railway is going to be in Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Tron is already in Shanghai.
Yeah.
So it's like we're not really getting anything but Guardians that's exclusive to us right now.
No. The Guardians, we're getting the coaster.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Nobody else is going to have that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the only exclusive thing we're getting that no other parks have. But I really think Disney needs to step up, and they need to get the Marvel stuff so they can build more Marvel base, because if you get the Marvel 8,000 character library, you can do so much with that.
Let's hope. I would like to see more Marvel as well. It's not just him.
And it makes me mad to go to Universal and see their Marvel and know that it could be so much better.
So much better. Their characters out there, it's not their fault.
And I'm not slamming Universal. They have to do what's within the licensing agreement, and I get that. They have to abide.
It just seems like they just do bare minimum. Like they could, like if you see the Marvel stuff in Disneyland as opposed to what we have here, there's just no comparison. There's just not.
There really is. And Disney, the costuming. I mean, the Marvel Day at Sea Cruise blew me away. I was so blown away by the level of quality on that ship. That nighttime show, hands down, the best Disney show, land or sea, I've ever seen. It just blew me away with that. It just to see the characters show up out of nowhere and how they did that all, it was so impressive. And I would love to see Disney be able to do that in the parks here in Orlando.
We shall see. So all right, well, we were trying to keep our shows like roughly around an hour.
And that's what we're at right now.
Because I know the school's coming and everybody's TV shows will be starting. So we're trying to like not go over unless we have a special guest or just a really hot topic for
because I'm not good enough to go over.
That is not. Oh my gosh! First, it's he's all boohooing about Loki, which is a lie, by the way. And then now he's acting like we just were cutting it off for him. We're gonna talk later. We're not gonna talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk.
Why don't you do your giveaway?
All right. Anyway, so Disney, our giveaway for the Disney Christmas in July ornament. The winner is for last week.
Kid drum with the finger nothing.
Chrissy Castellanos.
You go, Christy.
Chrissy.
Chrissy. Sorry.
Chrissy Castellano. No, Chrissy Castellano.
Chrissy Castellano. You won. So do me a favor. Send me an email with your address, and we'll go ahead and get that in the mail to you. We're gonna have to package it up really well to make sure it doesn't.
Because it's glass.
It is glass, so we'll be packaging.
And if it breaks, I can't do anything about it because it's all I have. So.
We do apologize for that, but we will get that out to you. So like I said, just shoot us an email, or you can send Michelle an email. We just need your home address, and we will get that out in the mail to you this week.
Okay, so you ready for this week's prize?
This is big.
Literally.
We were shocked.
And we don't know how we're going to mail it yet, but we're going to.
I know. I'm going to find a big box. So this is something that came out for Mickey's 90th.
Yes. Right? Now these are limited release Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse collectible plush dolls. Now this is for this year's celebration for Mickey and Minnie Mouse. You can see that they are the classic Mickey and Minnie set. And if you flip this box around, which is big, you can see Walt. There's Walt, and he's got these same type of stuffed animals around him. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, these are based on the original artwork of Mickey and Minnie. So they're really cool.
They're very antique looking.
The case is, the door's open for you so you can actually store them in here if you have a place to put them.
Yeah, so and this is like this closes here.
Yeah, so then there's still the stickers over the labels and everything. The box is all sealed up. So we got this for some lucky winner, but we need to make it a little bit more difficult. Not difficult, but you gotta share.
What should we do? We should have talked about this before.
It's probably gonna cost more to ship it than it costs.
It's gonna cost. It's gonna cost us to ship it, but we don't think things through sometimes.
I think we need to tag people. That's a big one. And the more people you tag, every tag is an entry.
Okay, so trying to think.
Or can you suggest? I'm not sure. You're a Facebook guru.
I'm the Facebook guru. Not really. All right, how about this? Let's come up with some on the spot things. We need
First, we need a hashtag.
We need a hashtag.
Plush. TMSM plush or Mickey plush.
How about just hashtag TMSM? Make it easy peasy, and then the state that you live in. But you could do the hashtag TMSM. And if you tag friends on this post and they actually like the page or share the video.
Or put their name and address.
Yes. Have your friends enter as well. That'll be count as an extra entry for you. And then also don't forget
And them.
And then when you go to YouTube, you can do the same thing, hashtag TMSM, and then where you live. And that counts as an extra entry as well. Because you definitely are going to want to get in on these. These are limited edition, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
And the Mickey's birthday celebration will be over in a couple months. So that's a good prize.
It is. We should go get Mickey to sign the box.
What?
We could take it to the machine and have Mickey sign it.
So yes, tag your friends. Tell us where you live. Suggesting friends to like our page is a huge help as well.
It really is. That's the only way we can grow without giving Facebook a ton of money, which I refuse to do.
Yes.
So we'd rather give you guys a prize, a good prize, than to give Facebook any money.
Yes. Instead of giving Facebook money, which I really don't want to do, I would rather give you guys prizes. Because you guys deserve it more than they do, right? They don't need it.
They definitely do not need it.
So yes, hashtag TMSM, tag 3 friends, go to
Tag
YouTube.
50 friends.
Tag as many friends as you want.
Just suggest the page to everybody you know.
That's right. With that little spot that says invite friends to like this page, like do that. So, okay, so we will see who wins this awesome prize next week. And you can wrap it up.
You want me to wrap it up? Okay,
Wrap
can
it
we
up.
move this thing?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So I'm going to go ahead and start going through our screenshots here. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the text alerts. So some of you get it, but I still know there's always somebody who's not. So what you can do is get a text alert 5 minutes before the show goes live. And actually, when we're in California, maybe we'll use that before we go live. So if you just text the word TMSM live to 94253, that will automatically add you to our list of recipients. Once we send out a text alert. So right now we're only sending them out before this live show on Mondays or Tuesday if we have to move it. But when we're in California, we will also send out a text alert just to let everybody know.
Yes, because you're going to want to watch our coverage in California in 2 weeks for sure.
So again, just text TMSM live to 94253 and that will add you to that list. Second panel here. MEI-Travel Mouse Fan Travel is the official travel sponsor of the Mainstream Mouse. Becky and her team over there will handle all your travel needs, so you can reach out to them at mousefantravel.com, and you can see the whole URL there, or if you go to the website and click on their banner, it'll take you right to their page, and they will get you a free, no-obligation quote for your next Disney trip. Becky also handles travel worldwide for anything, more than just Disney. She can get you anything you want to do. So no matter where you're traveling, what you're doing, reach out to them. They can get you a quote and help you out with the travel needs. And Becky is fantastic. She's a wonderful partner. We're so happy to be a part of her organization. Next up, TMSM Radio. These are from our friends over at Kingdom Strollers. They sponsor that for you guys. If you can go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, just search TMSM Radio. You can download the TMSM Radio app. I know a few people I saw this week just found out about it.
Yes.
And they've downloaded it and they love it. So go ahead and download it. It's completely free to you guys. You're not going to get bombarded with commercials or anything. We have a commercial, I think, every 20 songs of them for Kingdom Strollers. And it's just Michelle telling you to go check them out.
Me.
It's not even a real commercial. It's just Michelle's commercial
so that was
doing it. So just go download the app. You can listen to Disney music, parade music, fireworks music, ride music. I think the Haunted Mansion is on there. So go check that out. Download that. I know I keep saying it. Me and Corey really need to get together. We need to fix that up and add some more stuff to it soon. But I think you guys will enjoy it if you go and download it. TMSM's Coffee. We partnered with Coffee Shop of Horrors to raise money for Give Kids the World. So they created Spectral Churro Blend for TMSM. So if you see it's a Haunted Mansion inspired bag with the seance ball there, and it's supposed to be a cartoon version of Michelle in the bulb. You can order your coffee today, tmsm.shop/coffee, and get yourself a bag. They have it in multiple sizes, and they even have, I think, a 2-ounce sampler that you can have mailed out just to see if you like it. It is a churro flavored, but it's not a strong churro flavor. And a lot of people so far, actually everybody has said they love it.
Yep, I have not had one complaint.
Not had one complaint yet, or say somebody to tweak it or anything like that. So get yours today, and then tell your friends about it if you like it.
That's right.
That's right. Follow the Mainstream Mouse on our different social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can follow us at The Mainstream Mouse on YouTube. Remember, when you subscribe, to also hit the bell. That'll get you a notification that when we upload a video or we go live or anything like that, you'll be notified, whichever notification method you use, if it's email, text, or on your phone notification. On Twitter, follow us at Main Street Mouse. Forget just at Main Street Mouse on Twitter. Again, The Main Street Mouse, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also follow Michelle and I on Instagram. Michelle M. Atwood on Instagram, or myself, TMSM Avenger on Instagram. See what we're up to, especially when we're in California. We're going to be posting a lot of pictures, especially from the D23 Expo. So you guys are going to want to stay alert with that, and also follow Michelle's Insta stories on all her platforms, because I'm sure she's going to be firing it up.
You know it.
So that's all I have. That was everything. Anything else you got for closing out, or what else said?
I think that's it.
Okay, again, guys, don't forget to enter to win the Mickey and Minnie plushes for the 90th anniversary. These were $90 in the parks. This box set.
Yeah, so you really want one of these.
So this is it's a great prize. Again, to enter it, hashtag TMSM and the city and state you're from, and remember to tag your friends in it. And if they go on there and then they do hashtag TMSM in their city and state, that counts as another entry for you, but also an entry for them. So you can really get a lot of entries built up if a lot of your friends listen and go out there.
And this is something that you're going to want to just, the box is really nice. It's a great collector's item.
It's a great collector's item,
and, how often do Mickey and Minnie turn 90? So this
I'm going to have to go out there, I think, and enter because I want one.
You want one? Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys so much for all the support, for all the love you give us, for all the sharing, for just all of it. I really appreciate it. I don't think I'll ever be able to thank you enough, but just know that it means everything.
It does. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It means the world to both of us. We couldn't do this without you. I mean, there's just no way.
No way.
No way. We'd have no reason to.
We'd have no reason to.
Nobody read it and be like, okay.
Yep, we're going to be coming up on our 10th year, and...
We need to have a celebration.
Oh my gosh, we should have our own, granted it's not 90 years, we need, dolls and things.
When I talk to Iger about getting the Marvel deal, I'll see if we can get a part for the night.
Alright, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful week,
right,
and that you join us back here next Monday night at 7 to see who wins this awesome prize. And keep watching all week long because, of course, we'll have updates for you. So have a magical week.
Have a magical week, guys. Thursday, we do have a Galaxy's Edge, some type of event.
Some type of media event that we don't even know what it's for. So
we're not even sure what it's for, but it's going to be Thursday morning, so stay alert for that. So take care, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next Monday.
We'll see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.